Did you know your brain isn't fixed? That the way it's wired isn't actually set in stone? Think about this. Your brain has around 86 billion neurons, and they form trillions of connections. And here's something really cool. Recent research shows our brains can significantly reorganize themselves in as little as 2 weeks of focused practice. That's the amazing power of neuroplasticity. If you've ever felt like your brain is just stuck in first gear, or like you're capable of so much more but can't quite get there, then you're definitely in the right place. And forget that old myth about only using 10% of your brain. The truth is, every part of it has a job. But what if you could get all those parts working better, more efficiently for you? Hey everyone, welcome! Today we're going to explore the incredible world of neuroplasticity. That's your brain's amazing ability to change, adapt, and basically rewire itself. Neuroplasticity simply means your brain can change its structure and function based on experiences, learning, and even changes in your environment. Think of it like the ultimate upgrade system for your mind, one that you control. We're not talking about complicated medical stuff or anything out of a sci-fi movie. We're talking about simple, everyday exercises, neuroplasticity hacks, that can help you tap into your mind's full abilities, sharpening your focus, boosting your memory, and seriously cranking up your productivity, often way faster than you'd think. This isn't just for recovery after an injury, it's about giving your cognitive skills a boost so you can perform at your best in all areas of life. Studies have even shown that the right neuroplasticity exercises can improve working memory by up to 30% in just 8 weeks of doing them consistently. So, if you're ready to learn how to train your brain and operate at your absolute best, stick around. So, what is neuroplasticity really? Let's break it down simply. Neuro is about neurons, those nerve cells that are the basic building blocks of your brain and nervous system. Plasticity just means being easily shaped or molded, so neuroplasticity literally means your brain can reshape itself. It's this built-in adaptability that lets your brain form new connections between neurons and reorganize existing ones throughout your entire life, not just when you're a kid. This ongoing process is key to how we learn new things, pick up new skills, make memories, and even how we bounce back from brain injuries. Every single time you learn a new fact, practice a new skill, or even just have a new experience, you're putting neuroplasticity to work. Imagine your brain's pathways are like trails in a forest. The more you use a certain trail, the wider and clearer it becomes, right? Making it easier to travel. It's the same with your brain. When you repeat a thought or action, the brain pathways for it get stronger. This is often summed up with the phrase, neurons that fire together, wire together. On the flip side, pathways you don't use much can get weaker. This happens through physical changes in neural connections. That's structural plasticity, and changes in how strong or efficient those connections are. That's functional plasticity. It's a common misunderstanding that neuroplasticity is just a childhood thing. While our brains are super plastic when we're young, they absolutely keep changing and adapting based on what we do and learn all through adulthood. And another myth, that it's all about growing new neurons. While that's part of it, it's called neurogenesis. Neuroplasticity is mainly about the brain's power to reorganize itself and forge new links between the neurons it already has. Understanding this power is the first step to consciously using it to reach your peak performance. Alright, our first powerful hack for rewiring your brain is mindfulness and meditation. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, sounds a bit woo-woo, right? But the science backing its impact on our brain's structure and function is actually pretty solid. Mindfulness is really just about paying attention to the present moment without judging it. It's about noticing your thoughts, feelings, and what your body is sensing, just as they are. So how does this help you perform better? Well, chronic stress is a big roadblock for neuroplasticity. It can actually harm your neurons. Mindfulness practices, especially things like focusing on your breath or doing body scans, are fantastic for fighting stress. For example, deep, rhythmic breathing kicks your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode, into gear. This helps lower stress hormones like cortisol, which get in the way of neuroplasticity. When you cut down on stress, you're basically creating a better environment for your brain to build those new connections. Let's talk about how to actually do this. You don't need to become a monk meditating on a mountaintop for hours. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a difference. One simple technique is focused breath work. Find a quiet spot, sit comfortably and close your eyes. Just bring your attention to your breath. Notice the feeling of air coming in through your nose, filling your lungs and then leaving your body. Don't try to control it, just observe it. When your mind wanders off, and it definitely will, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Every time you do that, you're strengthening your brain's attention circuits. Another great one is the body scan. Lie down or sit comfortably. Starting with your toes, slowly bring your awareness to each part of your body, just noticing any sensations without judging them. This helps train your brain to stay present and cuts down on that mental chatter that can sap your energy and focus. Regular meditation, even if you use guided apps like Headspace or Insight Timer, has been shown to physically thicken the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain in charge of high-level thinking, making decisions, and keeping your attention steady. Next up is a hack many of us know is good for our bodies, but maybe we don't realize it's a total powerhouse for our brains: physical activity. Yep, exercise isn't just about staying fit, it's a fantastic way to promote neuroplasticity. One of the biggest ways exercise supercharges your brain is by ramping up the production of something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain cells. It helps existing neurons survive, encourages new ones to grow, that's neurogenesis again, and supports synaptic plasticity, which is the ability of synapses, the connections between neurons, to get stronger or weaker over time. This is vital for learning and memory. Aerobic exercises like a brisk walk, a jog, cycling, or swimming are especially good at boosting BDNF. So every time you get your heart rate up, you're essentially giving your brain a dose of growth-promoting goodness. But it's not just about cardio. Activities that challenge your balance and coordination are also super important. Things like heel-to-toe walking, standing on one leg, tai chi, yoga, or even dancing make your brain work harder to keep you stable and in control. These activities challenge your brain's motor planning and proprioception. That's your sense of where your body is in space, strengthening the neural pathways for movement and stability. Strength training helps too. The main thing here is variety and doing it regularly. Our third hack is all about keeping your brain on its toes by constantly learning new things. That old saying, use it or lose it. It's incredibly true when it comes to your brain power. Your brain absolutely loves novelty and challenge. These are the magic ingredients for stimulating neuroplasticity. When you learn a new skill, whether it's trying to speak a new language, playing a musical instrument, learning to code, or even just mastering a tricky new recipe, you are literally creating new pathways in your brain and strengthening the ones you already have. Take learning a musical instrument for instance. It gets multiple brain regions working together: your auditory system for hearing notes, motor skills for finger movements, visual processing for reading music, and memory for tunes and structures. This complex teamwork creates a whole symphony of brain activity, building strong new connections. Learning a new language is another fantastic brain booster. It's been shown to increase the amount of gray matter and strengthen white matter, which helps different parts of your brain connect and talk to each other better. And don't overlook simpler brain exercises. Things like puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku, memory games, and strategy board games actively challenge your reasoning, memory, and critical thinking. They force your brain to work in new ways, basically flexing those cognitive muscles. Reading and writing regularly are also super important. The real key is to step outside your mental comfort zone. Pick activities that are genuinely challenging but also enjoyable enough that you'll actually stick with them. This next hack might sound almost too simple, but its effect on your brain's performance is huge. Get some morning sunlight. Exposing yourself to natural light, especially within the first hour or so after you wake up, is a big deal for regulating your body's internal clock, known as your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm controls a ton of things in your body, including your sleep-wake cycle, when hormones are released, your energy levels, and even your mood. Morning sunlight is a powerful signal for your brain, basically telling it, okay, time to be alert and active. It helps cut down on melatonin, the sleep hormone, and at the same time boosts serotonin, a neurotransmitter often linked to feeling good and awake. So, the hack is pretty straightforward. Try to get at least 10-15 minutes of direct sunlight soon after you wake up. Go for a short walk, or just sit on your porch or balcony. By making this simple habit part of your routine, you're helping to anchor your circadian rhythm, which can lead to better sleep quality at night. Our fifth hack takes us into the amazing power of your mind's eye: visualization and mental rehearsal. This technique is a big favorite among top athletes, skilled surgeons, and high-achieving pros for a really good reason. It works by using neuroplasticity to boost performance. Visualization, or mental rehearsal, means creating a super vivid, detailed mental picture of yourself successfully doing something or reaching a goal. When you vividly imagine yourself performing an action, you actually activate many of the same neural pathways in your brain that get fired up when you physically do that action. So, how do you do it effectively? First, find a quiet place where you won't be bothered. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to relax. Then, start building that mental image. The trick is to make your visualization as multisensory as you can. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Both emotionally and physically. Now that we've looked at these awesome neuroplasticity hacks, there are two really important things to remember for making them work: consistency and integration. Neuroplasticity isn't about a one-shot deal. It's about the combined effect of practicing regularly over time. Think back to that idea of creating a path in a forest. Walking that path once or twice won't change much. But walking it every single day will gradually wear it down, making it a clear and easy route. The best brain changes often come from mixing different approaches rather than just sticking to one. So don't just pick one hack and forget the others. Try to weave a few of them into your daily life. Maybe you start your day with some morning sunlight and a short meditation, get some physical activity in later, and spend a little time in the evening learning a new skill or doing some visualization. When you combine these approaches, you get a kind of power-up effect. Getting started with these neuroplasticity hacks doesn't have to feel like a huge mission. Here are a few quick tips. Start small. Don't try to flip your whole routine upside down overnight. Pick one or two exercises that really click with you. Track your progress with a simple journal or app. Mix and match different types of exercises to keep your brain challenged. Be patient and persistent. Real brain change takes time. Make it enjoyable by choosing activities you actually find interesting. So, which of these neuroplasticity hacks are you most excited to try out first? Or maybe you already have a favorite brain-boosting technique. I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's learn from each other's journeys. If you found this information helpful, and you're ready to tap into more of your brain's amazing abilities, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and definitely ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Training your brain for peak performance isn't a final destination. It's an ongoing, exciting process. It's all about using the incredible power of neuroplasticity, your brain's natural ability to adapt, learn, and grow. By consistently weaving simple, daily exercises like mindfulness, physical activity, continuous learning, smart use of sunlight, and visualization techniques into your life, you can actively rewire your brain for the better. You absolutely have the ability to transform your focus, sharpen your memory, and boost your productivity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.